Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. How's it going? How have you all been? I hope you've all been well. Happy March. I hope, we're kind of a few days into March. I hope March has been going good for you guys. I know it's been going good for me. I know it's been busy as hell. So I'm very happy to sit down and just bring you guys this new bullet journal video, sit down and have a little chat with you guys, walk you through. We're going to do a little February flip through. And then I'm also going to take you through my March setup. It's going to be nice. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be lovely. Maybe get a snack. Maybe get a drink. Maybe get a journal. You can journal with me. That would be really nice. I don't know. I always like to do that. I always like to put on bullet journal videos while I bullet journal. Entirely up to you either way. Thank you so much for being here. I will say though, before we get too into the video, this bullet journal video is going to be a little bit different. I don't want to say messy, but kind of a little bit messy. You'll see why in a little bit. I'll talk about it later. We'll go through it. But for now, let's just take you through my February setup. I'm not going to lie, my monthly setups were a little bit boring. You'll probably see my February calendar was pretty filled in by the end of the month, which I really like. I really like the look of it. I'm really loving the new calendar setup that I've been using in my 2021 bullet journal with the little extra flap on the end. I absolutely love it. I use my calendar all the time now, as you can probably tell. But all of my other monthly spreads are kind of like boring. I'm going in and filling in my page tracker for February because I didn't actually fill it in, but I did do reading, so I wanted to fill that in because unfortunately I couldn't fill my writing tracker because I didn't do any writing in February, and so that just would have been a really sad empty spread if I had to have left my page tracker empty, so I'm just filling that in now. But something about these like kind of empty monthly spreads was just really getting me down. So in my March setup, which you'll see in a little bit, I've kind of tried to, it's kind of hard to fill in trackers in advance, make them look, like pretty or whatever, but I've tried to kind of change a few of my monthly spreads, and I really like what I've come up with for the month. I think I'm going to carry on using that for the rest of the year. And I think I said in my January bullet journal flip through that I didn't really like how blank my daily log spreads were, but honestly, I kind of don't mind having them blank. I really kind of don't. I kind of like how just simple they are. I don't know. That's the beauty of them. They really help me get shit done because they're just simple and I don't have to worry about making them pretty. So we're not changing that. My daily logs are going to be the exact same when I use my bullet journal in March. I feel like I've really simplified my bullet journal use over the past year, and it's really showing through in my 2021 bullet journal. But simple is good. Simple is what I need, so we're really loving simple at the moment. And here's where things get a little bit interesting. As you can see, I'm currently just getting ready to set up my March aesthetic page, but there are already pictures on it, and that is because I filmed this I think on the last day of February, but a few days before that, maybe a week before that, I was having a really, really stressful day, and I really wanted to just sit down and do some journaling in my bullet journal. So I kind of went on that day and just got ahead and printed out some pictures and went and stuck some stuff in. Definitely, as you can see, I'm putting in more pictures now because it definitely wasn't finished. I needed to start it the other day, give myself a little bit of a break, use it as a little bit of a self-care kind of activity. So we have a little bit of a base that we're working on here. We already have some pictures in, and we're just going to be adding to that, adding in some cute little pictures, I'm cutting out a lot of things for this March aesthetic spread, and I really like how it looks. I kind of wanted to try fill up as much space as possible. I don't know if you saw in my February aesthetic spread, but it was just a little bit, not empty obviously, but it was kind of boring. I don't know, I'm really liking kind of a more like scrapbooky look at the moment. So that's kind of the vibe that we're going for today. And there are a lot of warm, kind of brown, reddy pink tones that I'm using because it is March, which is the first month of autumn in New Zealand. Very, very exciting. I love autumn. It's not my favorite season, but it's definitely, the aesthetics are immaculate. So I really wanted to kind of reflect that in this aesthetic spread. I definitely really like this aesthetic spread for March. It's like probably one of my favorite spreads that I've ever done, ever in my life, in any of my bullet journals. I'm absolutely in love with it. And yeah, I kind of add these spreads in not just because they look nice, but they're honestly just really therapeutic to make, like just sitting down and spending, I don't know, a decent amount of time just rearranging pictures, cutting stuff out, sticking stuff in. It's just really nice. And it always just like puts me in a good mood. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I went ahead and started doing my aesthetic spread earlier in February, because March has been a really busy month for me, and I know that I absolutely would not have had time to set up my bullet journal after March had started. I feel like I've just been like so busy since the very first day of March, and I have not been able to take a break. And I definitely couldn't have made this spread just in one go, I don't think. So I'm really glad that I started this earlier in February, and then I was able to finish it for this video. I did actually try film when I started making this spread, but I've been having like some weird issues with filming lately, so I haven't put that footage in. I just jumped ahead and showed you guys what I'm doing now, which is fine. You will see some filming issues later in the video. That does come up later as well, but that's okay. We've still got a while to go before we get to that. We'll get to that when we get to that. On the bottom of my aesthetic spread, I'll show you some close-ups later, but on the bottom I wrote The Sweet Escape on the bottom of this page, which you'll see me doing now. I've been listening to The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani on repeat ever since I've seen there's this one TikTok edit, WandaVision edit, to The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani, and ever since then I've just had this song on repeat. It is just so good. It is such a vibe at the moment. And writing that in was kind of just like a little reference to WandaVision. We finished WandaVision. I think it did technically, finish in the first week of March, and that was so good. It was so good. I absolutely loved that show so much, particularly like the earlier episodes where it was like the different eras of like television. I thought that was super cool. I liked the last 2 episodes as well, for sure, but I really loved the aesthetics of the earlier episodes. They were amazing, and the story, heartbreaking. Oh my god. So, just incredible. Peak Marvel, to be honest. I don't know if they've done anything better at this point. Moving on to my March calendar, I went ahead and filled in something, seeing as I had already made up my March calendar. I'd already set it up. I also did that when I started doing my aesthetic spread, like the week before I filmed this. And I just wanted to go in and add in some events that I knew were happening in March. And on the page next to that, as always, I just have my little brain dump page, but I spiced things up a little this month by adding in a border. How fun. This page always looks really blank when I set it up, but trust me, it is always full by the end of the month, or at least it's always been used somewhat. This is actually like such a great spread to have. Would highly recommend adding it into your bullet journal if you don't use it already. And then on my next spread, we're setting up something very, very exciting, something a little bit different. First, I went in and added a little extra page, one of those little flappy pages, which I love, because those are going to have some trackers on them. But on the page, on the back of my brain dump page, I am going to be setting up my March goals spread. And basically, the problem with my goals spread over the past year or so, they are so boring. They are always like really plain, really blank, and there's nothing wrong with that. As I said, like with my daily logs are always super simple and plain, and I don't mind it because that's just how they are, and they look busy enough to me with all of my tasks, to-dos, right? But my goals pages are just so boring that I never want to look at them. And that's an issue because then I never remember what my goals for the month are. So I fixed this, came up with a solution, decided to make a visual goal spread. I printed out like a bunch of pictures, which kind of, not necessarily like visually represent my goals, but kind of, in a way, like similar. They definitely like reflect a certain vibe that I'm trying to achieve in March. And I also had a lot of fun making this a little flip out kind of page. I saw this really cool post on Twitter where it was like, make your own dark academia outfits based on your star sign. And this has nothing to do with a goal of mine, but I really just wanted to include it somewhere. So I made a little flip through for my goals page. It kind of, I don't know, this is my first month like back at uni, like properly back at uni, and usually when I'm back at uni I lose all motivation to get dressed. Most days I usually just like stay in pajamas or like oversized shirts, that kind of thing. So kind of was hoping that having like this little dark academia wardrobe thingy in my goals page would be kind of inspiring. Cannot comment on whether that's actually worked yet or not, but I am absolutely in love with just like this little like pull out booklet thing that I've made. I like am so in love, you don't understand, absolutely obsessed with this. Definitely want to do things like more of these throughout my bullet journal, maybe in like other kind of visual spreads, who knows. Could be kind of cute to do a sort of book tracker with this. Could do like a reading log kind of page with a little book like that. I don't know. But here's the thing. I was showing you guys how I made this little pamphlet pull-out book thing and my phone died. Did not realize, rookie mistake, but unfortunately you do not see me set up the rest of my goal spread. But I can just jump ahead and show you guys the finished product. So this is what my goals page ended up looking like. I absolutely love it. If you see down the bottom on the right, in the right corner, that's like another little flip out page thingy that I did for kind of like an Instagram plan for the month, because I really want to get back into posting on Instagram consistently, but I find it really hard. The pressure of like having an aesthetic really gets to me sometimes, so I'm hoping having like this little pamphlet of like plan/inspo will really help me. I think it has, honestly. But yeah, this is what the goals page ended up looking like. I'm absolutely in love with it. I went ahead and stuck in my goals like on top of the pictures, and I think that looks really cool. Next to my goals page, I have my gratitude log, a staple. I really find that this helps me work on my mindset. On the flip side of that, I have my habit tracker, which I've gone back and used the same setup that I used in January because I really, really liked that. Next to that, I have put in a study tracker. I don't know if I will end up using this. I really hope that I do. And then the next spread is a fully just dedicated reading spread. I have my page tracker on the left, and then I have a reading planner on the right, which I have actually used so far this month, which is great. Then the next spread is my writing tracker spread. I've gone ahead and added back my specific project tracker and my writing sprint tracker. Because I'm back at uni, I'm hoping that I'll be doing a lot more writing. And also one of my goals was to post 2 writing videos this month. So I'm really hoping that I can use this spread and it doesn't just look empty at the end of the month. And that is the last set of trackers that I've set up for this month. That's all the trackers that I've made. And that is my March setup. I'm absolutely in love with my March bullet journal. I'm not even gonna lie, absolutely obsessed. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for the love on my last bullet journal video. I think it was like one of my best bullet journal videos that I've ever done, and you guys really seem to like it, the little bullet journal flip through that I did. So thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, liking them, leaving comments, all that stuff. It means the world to me, so thank you so much. But that is it for today. Thank you guys again so much. I love you all, and I will see you guys with another video soon. Bye!